Star Trek Online PvE builds. And here we are today with the Science Command Battle Cruiser, the Geneva class, one of my favourite ships in this game, the USS Nightingale. And isn't she just a beautiful ship to look at, guys? Right, here's what's going to be running down. We're going to be doing this two ways. So I'm just doing a quick daily while I'm doing the intro. Sorry about that, guys. We'll be doing two things with this: a quick budget build to show you guys who just got this ship but haven't got as far in the game as, say, myself or any other players, but you want to start doing advanced queues. Then you'll get my build. The duty officer layout is gonna stay the same. I'm not using any like Horatios or anything. I'm using just some I got from missions. So the duty officers will still be a budget quality on both the builds. So I'm just going to show you the duty officers. I've got law for the projectiles. I use the projectiles a lot, especially torpedo spread. I use that quite a bit. So, as for how I got the ship built up, it's for a tank support ship. So I'll be needing that projectile to basically create the grav wells and everything else. Then I got my two tech missions. It's a low orcs to bat build. Not too much, but still low to build. Got the maintenance officer. You can read what that does. I'm not going to read all that out. Then I got my space weapons specialist. This is just going to increase the space damage a bit. If you don't have these exact ones, that's fine. Lore you get from the missions on Nimbus, which was still a main story, but it no longer is. So you got to deal with that. But you can still get it from those missions. You just got to go find them. Right, let's get to the actual build. Let's start with the budget. Alright. You may notice my ship changed a tiny bit. Let's get the last piece. Okay. That's for the next build. Okay, what I've got here, the devices will stay the same no matter what the build. Okay. What we've got here, start with the weapons. This isn't the stupidly low-end type builds, but it is still a budget build. I didn't really spend too much money with this. The fleet I'm in's already got access to these weapons and these consoles. I haven't epicked them yet. Same with the conductive. That I got off the exchange for quite cheap. Everything else you see you can pick up cheap or from missions. Let's start with the three phases I've got in the forward. They are fleet advanced phases. Basic phaser proc and same severity. I love my phaser builds. You may notice the running theme with that. Then I'm using the quantum phase 3-piece. You basically get the power transfer rate as well as that nice quantum destabilization beam. Comes in handy in a pinch. Then on the rear end, I've got the trilithium 3-piece. There it is. The reason why I'm using this so you can get that all and starship hull capacity. Then also you get the nice firing cycle haste as well as the flight speed increase. Gets you out in a jam. It is a slow moving torpedo, that's why it's on the back end. The quantum phase torpedo is still a very slow recharge with the 2-minute recharge. but it's still a powerful, powerful hit. And I got the kinetic academy for that guaranteed kinetic firing rate. And I got the soul defense 3-piece. This does a number of things. You can get that Razul energy resistance and kinetic damage resistance for the two-piece, plus that nanite repair from the 3-piece. Then I've got the basic, well, ultra rare, the deuterium stabilized warp core, Mark 15 at the minute. But I've used this from a budget all the way up to mid range, and now starting to use other warp cores. But this basically gives you the weapon power cost, so you get the reduced weapons systems as well as that engine capacitor. It's nice to get you out in a pinch. I would rather replace this with something else. Yeah, put the blue shield. Shield regeneration is quite high on the ship as it is. So I got it regen. Reinforced armaments, like I said before. It's only Mark 12. And I've got my Trillium D, which you can get from Ragnarok. And I got the conductive RCS accelerator mostly for the shield resistance and the turn rate. This ship is a whale to turn. The amount of field projector you get from that free Lucari ship, no, I think it was last year, with a rebound and resonance frequencies. And what that does, you can get the nice passives are nice. Also, that activatable is a nice tank for what we're going for. It's for survivability. Quantum phase acts as a 4-phaser console, as well as finishes up that 3-piece nicely. And I've got the hostile acquisition. That's mostly used for the accuracy as well as the tractor beam it gives you. And the reason why I like that tractor beam, because it's nice. It gives you a nice accuracy rate as well as reduces their enemy damage resistance as well as their actual damage. And temporary shield data core, I can't think which mission this was from, but it gives a nice physical and kinetic damage resistance. This isn't, I'm not running any, this is the only thing I've got running for this is really the Titan's Rift. That's mostly like a little secondary damage. That's all that's really for. Then I got 3 vulnerability exploiters, because the critical chance for the ship with everything else when it runs, that goes up. So I need the severity up mostly at the minute. I have mastered this ship out. It's one of the most ships I use. Just that is what it does. It's quite an old ship now. And then I got my fleet. Well, not my fleet, but my elite Tholian Widow fighters. They use Tetrion, so it's a nice shield drain, and you launch 3 of them. Right. Let's move on to my bridge officer stations. As I'm running this mostly as a survival ship, I'm not going to be using a lot of tactical abilities. So let's start off with the universal. I've got my hierarchy for the pirate bonus. I'm using my jammed targeting sensors. I just want to put a hazard in there for that nice damage resistance range as well as the hit points. Photonic officer takes down recharge abilities. Move on to the tactical commander seat. Because he's not a commander, he's a pilot, I haven't got much use for that him there. I'm using torpedo spread 1 and chemocyte lace weaponry 2. You can switch chemocyte lace weaponry for beam fire at will. Actually, yeah, let's go with beam fire at will. I'll use chemocyte lace weaponry on my more higher end build. For this commander seat, what's going on here? Must have flown into Earth space dock without realizing it. Sorry about that, guys. Try that.
The shuttle to Saturn will leave at 0830 hours.
Do you not know why it beamed me down? Must have accidentally flown in, like I said before. That's fine. We're not doing that in a minute. Now to the commander station for the engineer, because he does two things at once, but not using command abilities here in this build. Emergency power of the weapons. If you can, I would try to use emergency power to engines, but for this, I'm going to be using the weapon build. Walk to back, so I'm trying to save some few seconds off. Engineer near team 3. Now this is a big heal. I use this if I'm really low on health. Reverse shield polarity 3. I prefer, you can use reverse shield polarity 1 or 2, but I prefer the 3. Basically what it does is it allows you to be hit more. Really, that's what it does. That's why I prefer it. Then to the lieutenant engineer slot, engineer team 1, and emergency power shield 2. It's nice shield regeneration, as well as basically think of it as you're trying to survive as long as you can. This will increase your shield hardness, and as well with the soul set shields, soul shields are quite good. Then I've got my polarized hull. That's what I normally have. Just in case you're caught in a tractor beam, in the lower end you're not really going to be able to withstand if you're held. Titan's attacking on beam, it's no shield drain. And Titan Swift, like I said, for that little bit extra more damage. Speaking about this, is all well and good, isn't it? But let's go find the queue, shall we, guys? And just because this is fair, we'll be testing it on advanced. We'll be doing the same queues. Queuing up for the same ones. I'm not going to be doing a breach because that's quite a lengthy one. I don't want to make this too long. This one will probably pop in a few seconds. Yes, I just collected the Iconium resistant hyper injection warp core. I've really only I deleted that before by accident, and I had to get it back. Yeah, bit stupid. While we wait for that, let's go for one I know if that will pop. A couple that will pop. I don't want to do the breach because I know that one will take forever. But yeah, everybody, if you don't know, do your personal endeavours every day. You probably won't know that. Just thought it'd be nice. Some people haven't noticed them yet, and they're worth doing, especially for these perk points. Hive onslaught, advanced, yay! This will be a real test for the ship now, won't it, guys? This is how it looks going in, guys. Let's turn the visuals for that on. Got quite a nice visual.
Construction technicians needed on deck 36.
Also, while we're waiting for this to load in with the briefing, we all know the briefing for this. If you've played the game, you're going to know the briefing for it. What ship do you guys want to see next? I've got a few ships that I will be happy to do. If you see a ship you want done, feel free to let me know. I'm going to leave that as activated. Of course, yes, I have got the diversionary tactics. And these are the abilities. Also, speaking of which, I should also go over the traits.
Accept the gift
Feel those.
of assimilation.
Here's what's on the ship. Feel free to pause the video once it's fully uploaded. If you want to check those. Very slow popular, but quite powerful. It does hit, it's quite a powerful. You may notice I keep control of most of my abilities because I've played games for quite a long time, so I got used to where most things are. I actually activate them on now. If you don't feel comfortable having everything on playstyle back. I do have a few things that activate that, but I'm too low right now. That's because when it is you're taking a lot of damage, some things you're gonna have to have couple seconds. Since this is a command that we will be making use of the generation of abilities, but if we turn the tide on against field. When you're like a really lower type of level player, you haven't done all your reps, against all odds, against all odds, will increase your weapon stack as well as your weapon power cost. And I think increases your firing cycle pace, where can is all damage to join us. So your damage will go up. I'm still being cautious about how I play. That's just me. I don't really want to go and damage will put beyond any repair. Also, we have the Delta Beacon. If you just don't have the Delta Beacon yet, that's fine. Or if you played the mission just didn't pick it up, then I would recommend you going to get it. It is my favourite. Besides that and the Nimbus Fire. Speaking of Hillock is, I think it's too bright for my eyes. Classic board. Find a way to glitch out the map. Also, if you haven't got your fleet weapons yet, regular phases will do, as well as regular regular tactical phase converters as well. wasn't for that William D hole, the ship probably would have been torn apart now. Front P3 locked door and full one.
Four shields failing.
Full locked door. That a tricrylithium, a cobalt, torpedo, or whatever. Tricobalt. That is such a hard thing to say. It's best fired when you're directly over your target. So if you're making an attack run, fire as your own over. Or if you're using the cross field, then use it as a when you do that spore jump, Lorca maneuver. Sorry guys, I'm just having a drink. Talking so much is making my throat dry. This is where I'm gonna doesn't matter if you don't have them, they're just a little bit. You know, you can actually look at extra DPS. That's where the contact goes.
I admire your strength. With us, you will be so much more.
That was lucky. Don't want to be hit by one of those now, do we? Must be riding up like the step. Any quality issue guys, I'm sorry. I've been having some issue trying to broadcast this game anything higher.
Efforts are futile. Destroy this vessel, and I will bring another.
Yeah, guys. This ship is controlled defensively. After this, we'll be looking at the stuff I use. If anybody hasn't acquired this kit yet, I would highly recommend it. Yeah, I'm a bit biased saying this, but it's a really good kit. Really good as handheld. You can look. Yes, sir. 140,000 toll. That's the thing I've got on it. I'm not using a threatening stance, so I'm not increasing the toll by with the arrows. As you saw, I've been handling this rather well.
I am eternal! This is not the end.
Dead. Just get the message. First contact, Voyager. We love it when you're dead. Get that message, please. Sorry. Somebody cannot guess I hate the Queen. The poor Queen. Ugh. Borg is supposed to be one collective hive mind that she controls it all. I get it with Locutus, but not her. Then Locutus was just Card. And Card's badass. Then name. This is the set I've been using on this ship. With that 4-piece, yeah, that nice at the end. Okay, let's go to space to get the real stats and numbers. While we're loading up, guys, I want to make a reminder. If you want to see more of these videos, smash that like, hit that subscribe, and ring that bell icon. Because we'll be doing more of these episodes, and they will be every day, every Saturday, at 8 PM London time. Right, now we're in space, we can get the right stats. All this is still Mark 12. I haven't got it up high. But I've been working really well for me recently. So to start off with, I'm using focusing, resilience, and focusing and resilience. These can come out the the Emperor's lockbox. You'll also find them on the exchange for about $1 million a piece. Except for the dual beams, they're like 500,000. They're not that much. Okay, now let's move over to this. I've got the I'm not even going to try it. Re-interactive sculptor capacitor for the nice Starship hull capacity and restoration, and activatable. It is situational, but it's nice. The rebounded resonance frequencies from the PAL. Conductive RCS accelerator again, and Trillium D. One of my favourites. Now, because I'm going heavier into the support side, you'll notice the build. Shared processing integration. Hull capacity and shield capacity, as well as the shared processing for the team when that's activated. Secondary shield projector, very nice. The programmatic core, same thing as always. And simulated module. The critical chance, the critical severity, and weapon power setting, as well as a nice damage control, so to get the nice passive hull restoration. Then also applies the Omega amplifier, I do believe, to every weapon. I think no, I'd have to have the kinetic cutting beam like that. If you want, you could just add that kinetic cutting beam, and that would apply the Omega weapon amplifier to all weapons. Quite nice, but I'm not using it here then, as the same vulnerability exploits and the same fighters. Stations will be a little bit different. Of course, I'll no longer be running this. We run and concentrate firepower Where is it? Where are you? And rally point marker. I'll be changing this one to my orcs to bat. I'm not going to show the duty officer. The duty officer is the same. Taken first as always. And here I'll be using a science team and hazard emitters. So that's the slight differences I've got with this build. Visuals, nothing visuals. This is how the ship looks. Or the Iconium set. I think it looks beautiful. I actually do not know how fast the Iconium warp core goes. There you go, guys. Warp 12.34. Yeah, I could get faster with the Borg impulse drive and the Turing stabilizer. It's not going to break Mark 10, but it's going to be nice if you have to get from A to B. Alright. Since Hive Onslaught is going to be on a cooldown, let's display the effectiveness of this ship as a team. As I have should have hazard emitters, and then I'm going to set that when it gets here. This one I'm mostly going to be using redundant frequencies. You want to make a mental note of these two. They'll be instrumental. Captain skills, traits, layered shields.
Here they come.
In the muscles. For what I'm going to be doing now. These are the grabbing metrics. Maybe I'd tell that. Look how well they do it, and the bike mostly using this to show off what the ship can do. This, you've got to escort four ships. To the Canna, Andor, Lafayette, and Roosevelt. Escort them away from the state. So I thought it might be a nice little time to just show that off. Also shows the actual ability that comes with a ship like this. It doesn't come with it per se, but when you're using this ship, you're going to mostly be dedicating to a support healer. So my goal is to survive, as well as support my teammates, to make sure they get out with alive as well as you guys may recognise this queue. I use this a lot, and if any of you all are interested in a get together with fleet, and you can have a little tail, run, talk about Star Trek, and generally have fun. What I do most of the time is anyway. I'll be running it with the ball in my fleet. So
There's a break in incoming warp
we'll be
signatures.
running this game with fleet, we'll talk ships, we'll just have laughs, we'll talk about Star Trek, talk about some other games, and other thing like last night we were talking about some retro games.
Reading some heavier ships in
we'll have a laugh.
Reading some battle cruisers.
once we, I'm pretty sure we can arrange a date and have a group game. Get a group of 5 going and run some random CFOs. You can show off your skip ideas, anything to us, we can show off some of ours. Way. We go over to the handle. Still thinking I've changed it to the broadcast. I cannot edit this. This is raw gameplay footage. That's how I feel best. So I can video and it will not be. I can go in, change changes, edit out. I'm actually showing you everything as raw gameplay. Remember to drop it, so stay up. If anybody wants to go back, you can go find the thing you want to look at for it and copy it. You don't need exact jobs that I'm doing. I would recommend some of them, especially get yourself either a Nausicaan or Hierarchy. And next
the Klingons are regrouping again.
Saturday,
get into position to prepare for the next assault.
Eclipse Intel Cruiser. Of course, I've got the fleet version, so I've got the 11 consoles. If you only got the 10, I'll also
Here come the
show you
Klingon
a nice way to work
Keep
that out.
fighting!
If anyone out there is having some issue with a ship build, or wants to see what's explained, you can. My game tag is Altair 41. That's the game. You can just look me up, send me a message. I'll help you build up whatever ship it is you're doing. Yeah, this is the USS 9 Gale after. And exactly how she would stay for the people. Of course, if anybody has any questions, feel free to leave them in the chat. I typically reply within the first 30 minutes of the broadcast finishing, and after that it can vary. I just thought I would give this a nice episode to with a tip I personally love. The nice calm my ship line up since before the dawn of time. We've had hot skills, we've had ships for that long. In a build like this where you've got all your damage and everything else taken care of, I will use battle as you saw, I was able to save the last 3 seconds of my bread to be able to take out shit. Things like that comes in real handy.
That'll hold them all.
And that's nice, because I can get some more Bakari marks. I will show you I'll show you both pictures again, just so you can have a quick look at them. But yeah, this is how I do this shit. I'm not saying this is the best, this is the all-out best build for it. There's probably a build out there which is about 400,000 times better than mine. This is how I like this ship. This is how it works. I've got it working this way and it's a beauty. So again, for the high end, then the lower end, the budget build. And if anybody's questioning the ship doesn't turn like a whale, I'll took them back to RCS off. This is how it turns. It's slow. Not as slow as some of the ships out there, but it's slow nonetheless. So I would recommend keeping at least one RCS on. I prefer the conductive, mostly because you get the shield resistance as well. Anyway, this is Altair out. It's nice to see y'all, and I'll see y'all next week.